Yesterday, the minister in the Ministry of Finance made some rather alarming statements. And it's surprising that the minister should be clothed with the facts. First of all, I want to deal with the matter relating to the blacklisting. When the news broke that St.Lucia was blacklisted, my first comment was I was happy that St.Lucia was removed from the blacklist, but I still maintained that the government was negligent in that there was no reason for St.Lucia to remain on the blacklist for that long, considering the fact that Barbados and Grenada was there and both of them came off the blacklist. I have documentary proof that the government of St.Lucia was informed from June 2017 of the reason why they were blacklisted. And I want to read from a document from the EU, which is headlined, "A Letter for the Attention of the Authorities of St. Lucia. Taxation Follow-up on the Screening Process." And it says, "In our letter dated 8th June 2017, we have asked St. Lucia to confirm whether the features of the preferential tax regime named international business companies, international trusts, and free trade zones as described in the letter were correct and complete. On the basis of the information received, the experts continue to consider such regime as harmful. We invite St. Lucia to commit to amending or abolishing the above-mentioned regimes under the procedures specified in the letter to which the annex is attached, in order to comply with the criteria applied by the Code of Conduct Group. We invite St. Lucia to communicate the timeline for doing so. Please consider that possible grandfathering mechanisms can be accepted only if these do not extend beyond 2021. Criteria free. On the basis of the information available, the experts have verified that St. Lucia is not a member of the Inclusive Framework on BEPS. Therefore, we invite St. Lucia to commit under the procedure specified in the letter to which annex is attached to join the Inclusive Framework or commit to the minimum standard and to communicate the timeline for doing so." So this letter proves that the government was negligent. The government had been informed from June that St. Lucia had to take certain steps to get itself off the blacklist. Whereas I am pleased that St. Lucia is off the blacklist and into the grey list. I want to reiterate and say once more that if the government had not been negligent, St. Lucia would have come off the blacklist together with Barbados and Grenada. And I want to tell you that these are facts. These are not empty talk or rhetoric or campaign rhetoric, as said by the minister in the Ministry of Finance. Secondly, yesterday, again, the Minister of Finance, again, not clothed with any facts, made some rather open statements that lacked any economic underpinnings, statements that were not based in economic fact or logic. He said that there was a decrease in the increase of the public debt. A decrease in the increase. Economists do not use that kind of language. Let me tell you the story on the public debt. In 2015, the public debt was 65.4%. In 2016, the public debt was 66.4% of GDP, an increase in 1%. In 2016 to 2017, for there to be a decrease in the public debt, it must be less than 1%. I want to challenge the Minister of Finance that it is impossible for the increase in public debt between 2016 and 2017 to be less than 1%. Secondly, the minister made again some rather outrageous statements about economic growth, etc. I want to challenge the minister and to tell him that St. Lucia's fiscal position is going to deteriorate this year the surpluses will be less and the deficits will be more. And I challenge him to tell the public of St. Lucia that what I have said is untrue. The Minister of Finance, if he is an economist, he must come to the people not by bashing the opposition. Bashing the opposition does not help. We have to deal with economic facts. And fact is, St. Lucia's fiscal position has deteriorated. Further, the background or the foundation that was built for the UWP government when it came into power in 2016 was squandered. And these come from documents which they themselves released. The Fiscal and Structural Reforms in St. Lucia, which was a document prepared by the ECB, it said that notwithstanding the improvement in fiscal performance in the past 4 years, what they're saying is that the fiscal performance of the government improved in the 4 years between 2012 and 2016. What the government inherited was an improved fiscal state after the problems of the 2011 and 2012 when we inherited a deficit and we inherited a recession. Further, relating to debt, again the minister comes with absolutely no facts. I want to quote from the Social and Economic Review for 2016 Economic and Social Review, and it states, financing pressure eased in 2016-2017 as investors' appetite for government debt instruments showed signs of improvement. And it further says, what the government inherited was a slowdown in the rate of debt accumulation, which in the last decade has grown by an average of 6.8%. So it shows, based on facts as disclosed in the Economic and Social Review for 2016. We haven't seen 2017 as yet. In 2016, that what the government inherited was a better position. And that position was squandered. And if the government had followed the policies or had followed the projects that they got when they came into power, if they had not embarked on a vindictive streak, the country would have improved substantially, and the situation of a fiscal deficit would not, or a fiscal deficit would not have been the situation which we would have in the year 2018.